Hi, welcome back to Book Layout. The video does follow the book, and so you're going to want to make sure you have this with you. It's an important tool as you go through the video course learning about your happiness skills and practices. One of the key aspects to the book is that it is color-coded. The 4 sections of the book that offer content, which are parts 2, 3, 4, and 5, are mind, body, heart, and spirit, and they all have their own color. So for example, if you're looking for something in mind and you remember that the bottom of the mind pages are blue, you're going to go looking for the blue pages. And when you look at the table of contents on pages 4 and 5, you'll notice first the introduction and conclusion, and then the 4 parts in between are the ones I just referenced. So you see that mind is in blue, again, body is in green, heart is in red, and spirit is in orange. So that's the beginning of the tools that you'll be using to find your way easily around the book. Next, let's go to the quick reference overview guide on pages 18 and 19. You'll see again in this double page spread, the color coding. Now, the difference here is that all of the skills are actually listed underneath of the 5 parts that you see the circles and the bubbles for. So let's say, for example, we go to body and it's green, and it happens to be in the table of contents, that's part 3. Here we call it body with the 5 sections underneath it. Let's say you want to find your way back to one of the skills in body, perhaps moving. You just come to this page, scan for the word moving, and you'll remember which section it's in. Now let's go to page 13 and let's talk about the icons. These are key tools to your happiness. And I'm going to be reminding you about them as we go through the book. You'll see them in the margins of pages frequently. There are 9 of them. The first one is journaling, which we're going to talk more about in the next section. Journaling is a very important part of you, of developing your awareness of yourself. And this is where your happiness journey begins. You've got to know you and know you well in order to make changes in yourself and the way you're meeting the world. Your breathing is next. Yes, of course, we breathe to sustain life. We don't even think about that, do we? There's also a dimension to breathing that brings you into the present moment. Breathing mindfully, letting go. It's a wonderful tool, and we're going to talk more about it. And I want you to really get used to using it, so you'll be reminded of it frequently in the book. The third icon is observing. Observing yourself, again, creating that awareness of how am I acting, how am I feeling, what's there for me? What do I notice I'm feeling in my body? I'm just observing. This isn't about you judging or creating an opinion. It's just about you noticing. Number 4 is listen to yourself. Again, become familiar with who you are. Notice what's there for you. And then listening to others well, which means letting go of the outcome of what they're saying, but simply being present. And we'll be covering that later in the book too. Movement, which is the crux of the body section, which is green. Moving, getting up and moving releases whatever might be caught in your body that isn't feeling very good. If you're anxious, or you're afraid, or you're angry, and you stay immobile, stuck in your chair, maybe bending over, you're just going to trap those emotions there. So you're going to want to get up, lift your arms, get moving. We'll talk more about that. Walk out the door, maybe get into a downward dog or yoga move. Just move, wiggle your feet. Movement, important. You'll be reminded often. Planning, in order to create change, which is why you're here. You want more happiness in your life, and that's going to bring some change to you. You're going to utilize that. Planning for change is the way you implement change. So you're going to need to have a planner. Setting your phone reminders is just a wonderful aspect of getting it in front of you, the thing you want to think new. What's your new thought process? Just like using your Post-it notepads, that also is going to an icon for you as well. They both work in a similar way. When you want to make sure that you're shifting into a new way of being, you have to be reminded of that. So that's what these 2 tools are for you. And then using your phone timer when you sit down to meditate, or if you're going to journal, or if you're just going for a walk. Maybe you're going to take a long hot bath, but you want to know that you will be reminded at the end of the time that you allotted for this, that you will be complete, and your timer will tell you that, so you can just stay present with the thing you're doing that you're enjoying. Now, that's the icons. The next thing I want to talk about is the checkbox system. There are 3 places in the book where you will find checkboxes. And they begin as you're going through page by page. We'll say in Mind 1, and when you turn to the second page in Mind 1, you'll start to notice. First, you see the red header, which indicates that you're beginning the happiness, skills, and practice section. Then each skill is highlighted in yellow, and next to the yellow highlighted skill is a yellow checkbox. And as you read about each skill and you're deciding, is this a thing I really want to do? Does this feel like I would enjoy this? Do I think this will create change for me? Put a check mark there, and then just keep reading through the book. Learn the practices that go with it as you read through. Come to the summary. At the end of each section, you'll find a page that summarizes all the skills from that section. And again, you're invited to check a yellow checkbox next to each listed skill in the summary. So you're integrating and you're thinking, oh yeah, I chose to practice my breathing here in the body. And then at the summary, I chose to practice my breathing. And then you have one other place you can go back to the quick reference guide, pages 18 and 19. And you also have the yellow checkboxes there next to the skill. As you check those boxes, as you go through the book, and you collect them in the quick reference guide, it becomes a great overview tool for you to remember, I want to be moving. I want to make sure I'm moving. I want to make sure I'm listening carefully. I want to make sure that I'm working on my values and setting my purpose statement out in front of me. This is a great tool. The goal of the book is to become a multifunctional, multi-purpose tool for you to integrate change into your life, to stay with you as you go through this. It's about you committing, saying, yes, I want to become happier, and yes, I'm going to utilize these tools. So in the next section, we're going to talk about what are the things you need to have with you as you undertake the video course. It's just a quick list. Let's do that next, and then we'll get into the rest of the book. Thanks. See you there.